magic begins.
Welcome aboard! Hey, come on. I want you to meet the team. I'm June. I love to dance. Dancey, dancey, dance. Dancey, dancey, dance. Yay, June! That was good job, June. I'm Quincy. I love instruments, and here's my trumpet. Yeah, good job, that sounded great. I'm Annie. I love to sing. Sing something, Annie. La 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 la. Great singing, Annie. Yay, Annie! That was great. And this is my big brother. Hi, I'm Leo. I like to conduct. Go, Leo! Bravo! Good job, Leo. Yeah. There's someone else on our team we want you to meet. Rocket! Say hi, Rocket! Rocket takes us wherever we want to go. Awesome! Cool! Nice flying, Rocket! Yeah, Rocket!
Come on, let's soar with Rocket on exciting journeys and missions with Leo, Annie, June, and Quincy. Explore with little Einsteins on Disney Junior, where the magic begins. Cowpokes to come and sing a song with me. I'm Sheriff Callie, and this is Calliope.
Calliope!
All you've got to do is follow along with the words and sing along with me. Ready?
Sheriff Callie's Wild West. Every day at 5/4 Central, right here on Disney Junior. Get ready for something so it'll have you shouting, jumping jellyfish. It's all new back-to-back episodes of Henry Hugglemonster and the Octonauts on Disney Junior on Disney Channel.
Once upon a...
Henry gets lost in his favorite storybook with a few new monster friends.
We're in the enchanted monster forest.
The forest is losing its magic.
Hugglemonsters never give up.
I wouldn't mind giving up.
It's a monster-sized, all-new Henry Hugglemonster. Then...
The urchins are coming! The urchins are coming!
We've got to stop them. Where's Shellington?
Drifting out to sea.
it's double trouble on an all-new Octonauts.
There's no time to lose.
All new.
Henry Hugglemonster.
And today at 10:30, 9:30 Central on Disney Junior on Disney Channel.
Come on now, gather round. It's time to set the table. Plates and spoons, knives and forks are needed for your dinner. Where do they go? I'd like to know. I'm only a beginner. I'd like to know where they go. I'd like to set the table.
Thomas and Friends, making tracks to great destinations.
Dear Christopher, here is your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come out of his station yard and see the world. These stories tell you how he did it. I hope you will like them because you helped me to make them. Your loving, Daddy.
The island of Sodor is surrounded by beautiful blue sea. It has fields of green and sandy yellow beaches. There are rivers, streams, and lots of trees where the birds sing. There are windmills and a coal mine and docks where visitors to the island arrive. The island also has lots and lots of railway lines. Who's that puffing down the track? It's Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the island of Sodor.
Thomas the Tank Engine had had a very busy day. As well as his usual passenger runs, he'd taken children on an outing and helped deliver parcels for Tom Tipper when the post van broke down. It had been hard work, and he had to hurry to get everything done in good time. By the time he got back to the shed that night, he was exhausted. Edward could see how tired Thomas looked. If you didn't rush around so much, you could manage much better, Thomas. Rushing around gets engines into scrapes. You'll still manage to get the work done if you slow down, and better still, you wouldn't be so exhausted at the end of a day. Thomas didn't want to listen to Edward. Going fast is fun. I know you're trying to be kind, Edward, but you don't always know what's best. Going fast can be fun, agreed Edward, but sometimes it can lead to trouble. Stuff and nonsense, said Thomas cheekily, and went to sleep instead. But the next morning, Thomas still felt tired when his driver came to start work. As he set out on the branch line with Annie and Clarabelle, the two coaches seemed heavier than usual. He had to puff as hard as he could when climbing over the hill before the airfield station, and by the time he rolled over the top, he was almost out of puff. Maybe Edward was right, Thomas wheezed, and slowed down just a little bit for the rest of the journey. No one seemed to notice, and Thomas still finished his journey right on time. He was pleased. On the return journey to the junction, Thomas continued at the same pace, and he found himself enjoying his run even more. He whistled to people at fences, smiled at the birds in the sky, and even found time to say hello to some cows in the field beside the line. This is lovely, he puffed to himself. Then there was trouble. Up ahead at the level crossing, a lorry was stuck on the line. One of its wheels had come off, and the vegetables it was taking to market were everywhere. Thomas had to stop before he collided with it. He braked as hard as he could. His brakes squealed as he went slower and slower, but the lorry got closer and closer. "Oh, my wheels and coupling rods!" cried Thomas. "I have to stop!" With one last big effort, Thomas came to a halt just in front of the lorry. "Well done, Thomas!" cheered the driver. "You stopped just in time. What a clever engine you are!" The lorry driver thought so too. "If you hadn't stopped in time, there could have been a very nasty accident." The passengers leaned out of the windows, cheering and clapping for Thomas. He felt very proud of himself, and it was all because he'd listened to Edward. That night, Thomas apologized. "I'm sorry I was cheeky, Edward. You were right. I enjoyed going a bit slower today, and better still, if I had gone any faster, I might have hit that lorry." "Well, I'm glad you didn't," said Edward. "Sir Topham Hatt says you were a real hero." "And I learned another lesson today, too," finished Thomas. "You do know best, Edward."
Thomas has so many friends, some fast, some tall, some slow, some green, some blue, some red,
Bertie the bus on his way to school. The children are friends too. For Trevor the tractor and Harvey the crane, there's always work to do. And who's flying by? Why, it's Harold the helicopter way up in the air. Elizabeth the lorry driving along, going to who knows where. All of our friends are there. Old friends, new friends, real friends, true friends, we're so glad to be. Work friends, play friends, night and day friends, one friendly family. Where there's building to do, we've got friends there who have many tales to tell. There's Alfie and Jack, those two little friends who Thomas knows so well. And Cranky the crane with his head in the sky, who can he see down there? It's Byron the bulldozer, Buster the steamroller, both working as a pair. Yes, all of our friends are there. Old friends, new friends, real friends, true friends, we're so glad to be. Work friends, play friends, night and day friends, one friendly family. Thomas has some special friends, you can't forget their names. Percy, Edward, Gordon, Emily, Henry, Toby, James. Old friends, new friends, real friends, true friends, we're so glad to be. Work friends, play friends, night and day friends, one friendly family. Old friends, new friends, real friends, true friends, we're so glad to be. Work friends, play friends, night and day friends, one friendly family.
The island of Sodor is a wonderful place. Thomas enjoys puffing all over the island. There are lots of special places to visit. Where's this? That's right. It's Tidmouth Sheds. Tidmouth Sheds is a very special place for all the engines. It's where they rest their aching axles at night. Pump their pistons in the morning, and share stories and surprises. No time was more surprising at Tidmouth than Halloween. Sir Topham Hatt told Thomas and Emily to collect iron from the smelter's yard. Thomas and Emily were very excited. Later that night, all the engines were woken up when they heard Thomas's loud whistle. "I'm being chased by a ghost," he tooted. The engines couldn't see a ghost. Percy told him it was only Emily. Thomas felt silly. The engines would all remember this Halloween for a long time. Engines don't only sleep at Tidmouth Sheds. Sometimes they hide there. One night, all the engines were asleep, except Percy. Percy could hear Sir Topham Hatt talking to his driver. He told him Percy had been late too often and must go to the scrap yards. Percy thought Sir Topham Hatt wanted to scrap him. Percy worried all night long. And all the next day. His friend Thomas tried to cheer him up. Sir Topham Hatt wouldn't scrap a really useful engine, tooted Thomas. And you, Percy, are a really useful engine. But Percy wasn't so sure. So Percy decided to hide. Later, Thomas chuffed in. He thought his friend might be hiding in the sheds. And he was. Percy looked very small and lonely. He didn't want Sir Topham Hatt to find him. And he didn't want to be scrapped. Sir Topham Hatt was surprised. He had told Percy's driver Percy had been working too hard, and that was why he was late. Percy was to take scrap to the smelters, then carry the mail all week. Percy was so happy he thought fireworks would fly from his funnel. And that's why Tidmouth Sheds is a very special place for Percy. There are so many special places on the island of Sodor. Next time, Thomas will show us somewhere else. Here are lots of dots. Join the dots together and you'll see one of Sir Topham Hatt's engines. Can you guess which one it is? Here we go. There's the tall funnel and the dome. Around the cab and the engine's coal tender. There are lots of wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs. This engine is almost the same shape as Edward, but it's a different color. Red. It must be James. Hello, James. Here are 3 packages. They are new parts for James. See if you can tell what's in each package. One of them is a new wheel. Which package do you think it is? James's wheels are round. Would a round wheel be in this package? No, this package isn't round. What about this one? No, this package isn't round either. What about the last one? Yes, this package is round. The right shape for a new wheel. Another package has a new dome inside it. Which package could it be? James's dome is arch-shaped. Would a dome be in this package? No, this package isn't arch-shaped. What about this one? Yes, this package is arch-shaped. The right shape for a new dome. The last package should have a new whistle inside. Let's have a look at James's old whistle. This is a long, thin shape. Is it the same shape as the package? Yes, this is a long, thin package. The right shape for a new whistle. Now James has lots of nice new parts. Well done, James.
One evening, Henry was laughing as he returned to the shed. "I've had to take Percy to the works today," he chuckled. "He went past the danger board at the harbour and fell into the sea." Gordon and James laughed too. "First Thomas and now Percy. What silly little engines they are." But Duck didn't laugh. How will Thomas and Toby manage the branch line without Percy's help? He wondered. "Never mind," rumbled Gordon. "I'm sure the Fat Controller will think of something." And the Fat Controller did. The next morning, he came to see Duck. "Until Percy comes back, I'd like you to help Thomas and Toby." Duck was pleased, but the big engines were annoyed. "What about the shunting, sir?" James protested. "I'm afraid you'll have to fetch your own trains again for a while," said the Fat Controller. "And this time, let's hear none of your no-shunting nonsense." The big engines grumbled all day. It had been a long time since they had to fetch their own coaches and trucks. They didn't like it at all. "Bother that Percy," hissed Henry. "Fancy being so careless." "If only there was a way to bring Duck back sooner," grunted Gordon. Then James had an idea. "Perhaps," he whispered, "if we did the shunting badly, on purpose, then he might. We'll just pretend that we've forgotten how to shunt, that's all." Gordon and Henry thought that was a good idea. The next day, the big engines did their work as badly as they could. The yard was in a mess, trains ran late, and the passengers were not pleased. Neither was the Fat Controller. At the end of the day, he spoke severely to the big engines. "I can see why tender engines don't shunt. You've forgotten how to." "We were sorry, sir," said Gordon. "Things were so much better when we had someone else to fetch our trains." "It's a pity Duck is helping Thomas, though," added James meaningfully. "Oh, I see," said the Fat Controller. "In that case, I'll find someone else to look after the yard." Gordon, Henry and James grinned at each other. But the next morning there was a surprise waiting for them. "Good morning," said Toby. "The Fat Controller has sent me to help you." "But," spluttered Henry, "but what about Duck?" "Duck is still helping Thomas. I dare say they can manage by themselves. As for you three, show a wheel and jump to it." For the next few days, Toby kept the yard in good order. He was slower than Duck, but he stood for no nonsense. Henry, James and Gordon couldn't do anything without Toby knowing about it. At last, Percy returned from being mended. Toby went back to the quarry, and Duck came back to the yard. The big engines were exhausted. "It's good to be back," smiled Duck. "And just as well. I heard all about you three making a mess of the yard. Don't worry, I'll teach you to do things the Great Western way. That should keep you in order." "Oh no," the engines groaned. They began to wish that they had done their own shunting after all.
learn to set the table. The fork goes on the left, the plate goes in the middle, the spoon and the knife go on the right, and now I've solved the riddle. Now I know where they go and how to set the table.
Stay tuned for Gaspar and Lisa coming up on Disney Junior. In the kingdom of Enchantia, only one princess can talk to animals.
I'm Sophia.
You don't want to ride me. If only you spoke horse, I could tell you.
I can speak horse.
Meet the animals of Enchantia. They're helping Sophia settle into the castle.
Thanks, guys.
Yo, hold up, princess. We're going with you.
First, he's the cutest bunny in the kingdom, Clover.
If you really want to do it, then I say go for it.
You're right, Clover.
Then, there's Minimus the flying horse.
I think you're perfect. Just the way you are.
Oh, okay, whoa, here we go.
Whatnot, the world's wittiest squirrel. And the smartest birds in the forest, Robin and Mia.
The early bird gets the worm. Oh, what does Sophia need a worm for?
Plus, we can't forget the... A troll! Dancing trolls. Well, they're kind of like animals.
Makes me dizzy just thinking about it.
Get to know the new girl in Crown in Sofia the First, right here on Disney Junior.
The doc is in. I can't wait for you to meet my friends. Hi, Hallie.
Howdy do, Doc.
Callie always has plenty to say.
Up in horse feathers, merciful meerkats.
And then there's...
Squeakers! Sweet sassy sunshine.
who only has one thing to say.
What's the matter, Squeakers?
I don't speak squeak.
In this clinic, friendship is the best medicine.
Doc's gonna take good care of you.
Doc Mcstuffins.
Rootin' tootin' good time.
Weekday afternoons at 4:03 Central and weeknights at 7:30, 6:30 Central. Now, get ready for a new Gaspar and Lisa on Disney Junior.